Military facility, secret military facility nearby, check. Multiple eyewitnesses, check. A long history, now even going back as early as 1936, but also multiple eyewitnesses, check. Police reports, check. Townsfolk keeping files, check. Native American lore, even deeper going out to it, and check. And again, we talk about this on this channel, Enigmites. It's the ancient Enigmites, how not to die in the woods. Ignore Native American legends at your own risk. If they tell you don't go into those woods after dark, and you go into those woods after dark, you're going to die. That's just how it is, man. Right? So, and I gotta say,
time and time again.
Exactly right. So I say it every time. And I gotta say, you probably had that coming because they literally said, "Don't go into the forest of death after dark." Right? Right? So you went in there. That's what you got. That's the name on it. This is checking a lot of blocks for us too. Also, there is the remoteness of this place, in the middle of nowhere, and it's often too, man, like a thing that I've started to develop as recently as 2 weeks ago is that when I'm getting caught up on reading all these emails, I mean, I'm almost down to like 300, man. So like, I'm really getting through it, right? But I told people don't take that personal because it takes me 2 days to reply to him. You know what I'm saying? So like, and so there are people in this country who live in some of the most remote places possibly imaginable that I would never live in, that I would never live there, right? Like I would never go there, right? Like, and this town is one of those places. It's probably not as remote as some of the places that, you know, that people went on, like, but it's very remote, and that checks a box, man. Like you are, you know, when we were looking at Portlock, they put a town where they didn't want a town to be put in, and they tried to make it work, and they fought back, right? So there seems to be something too about like these sightings or these spirit gardens, because you got to make roads, you got to cut down trees, you got to do stuff like that, right? And you're moving in there as well. So this is actually checking a lot of box on me, which is making me feel good, Steve. It's making me feel good, man. I can finally,
I can feel that energy.
I feel it, man. I can finally find something I can say, you know what? I'm all right with that. So this thing was so crazy that, as I normally do around here, we have connected the dots between a little bit of the paranormal with these cryptids. Where we see dogmen, you'll have Bigfoots. And where you have Bigfoots, you'll have orbs. There's always a little, you know, crisscrossing take place. So I did a little extra digging on, is there any other fiduciary going on in that area, Steve?
You know, you're making me think that the answer is yes.
There is a whole lot of fiduciary going on around Elkhorn, Wisconsin, southern Wisconsin, north of Lake Geneva. A whole lot. And I'm talking a whole lot. In fact, it's a whole sheet and some change lot that I'm going to go into, right, Steve? So I stopped at 6 of them, right? So not only is the Beast of Bray Road a legend in, well, I won't call it a legend. Something's going on. Again, if you're just now finding us on this channel, we won't talk about something unless something is going on, right? We often disagree on what it is, what it could be, and sometimes we're like, yeah, man, that's a total lie. But something is happening in Elkhorn, Wisconsin, right? And the local surrounding areas as well. There is another county, the adjacent county, Jefferson County, is 20 miles north of Elkhorn, you know, moving more, you know, towards, you know, Canada.
That's where, I don't want to interrupt, but that's where this 1936 sighting was in Jefferson, Wisconsin.
Oh, was it? Okay. So yeah, so there you go.
Yep.
So here's one in the early 1990s, the same time this Beast of Bray Road was, you know, picking up tempo. Multiple witnesses reported a large, upright, wolf-like creature near Highway 89 and Paradise Road. Described the same way. 7 feet tall, running on 2 legs, and shooting across highways. A group of teens claimed it chased their car for nearly a mile before disappearing into the cornfields. Right? Cornfields are terrifying on their own, by the way. So I don't know. I can only imagine if I had a Dogman on my 6 when I'm cutting through the cornfield, right? But yeah. And a farmer up there reported seeing a wolf walking like a man in his pasture under a full moon, right? Now they dubbed this one the highway wolf. I guess the left hand doesn't talk to the right hand up there or the Brista Bay Road was taken, but they were calling this the highway wolf, right? Now, this is nuts. So if you go 40 miles northeast of Elkhorn, right, which is 20 miles farther than Jefferson, just a little bit to your right, they have a heavily wooded area up there called the Kettle Moraine State Forest, Steve. And it has been a hot spot for Sasquatch sightings since the 1970s. But hikers have also been ran out of the woods. They report, humanoid figures, strange wood knocks, smelling something stinky, right? Like typical Bigfoot stuff, right? Mm-hmm. Massive ape-like beings over there, 8 feet tall to 10 feet tall. But people have said that they've been chased out of there by the same, wolf-like creatures, right? And again, we have during our research come across where Bigfoot and cryptid and these dogmen, Bigfoots could be looking after them, could be doing something. I don't really know what's going on, but
yeah, they seem to run together.
Yeah,
we see that a lot where they're always.
Yeah.
You don't get one or the other. Yeah. They're usually both.
You find one, you find the other, right? You hope you find the Bigfoot because he might throw a rock at you, right? Unless you're in Oklahoma, then you're going to die. You see, right? Mm-hmm. So yeah. But yeah, man. So again, but then we got another thing here too, man, that if you go 45 miles north of Elkhorn, right? And this is crazy, man. This is crazy, man. 45 minutes, right? Which is basically just right past that Jefferson County. There's a lake called Rock Lake near this place called Lake Mills, right? Dead north of Elkhorn, right? Mm-hmm. And the Ho-Chunks say that they are giant serpentine beings that live inside that lake. And they're described and people have said on that lake they've seen large shadows moving under the water. And modern divers have reported being, pushed or pulled by some type of unseen force under the water. And there's also something crazy about this lake that they just discovered with LiDAR scans that they did on the lake, is that there's actually giant ancient stone structures that lie beneath the lake called the Wisconsin Underwater Pyramids. I didn't know this at all, right? And I just thought Wisconsin was a cold trailer park, man, in my opinion. And I can say that. Look, you watch some stuff around here. That's right. Yeah, I just thought it was that, man. But no, Wisconsin is full of it, right? And it's crazy, bro, because it has led some people to go to this Rock Lake. Geophysicists, several other type of electromagnetic engineers, and another type of scientist on here that I didn't write down to study these energy patterns to come on. Something is going on in that lake. Something is happening in that lake. Mm-hmm. And you have the people who are more in tune to the nature side are saying that a ley line, an energy line on the globe runs smack dab in the middle of Elkhorn, all the way up through this lake, right, that comes down, right? Lake lizards and water serpents. But then again, here's another one though, right? This is crazy. That's north. That's going north of Elkhorn, right, bro?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If you go just due west, 10 miles from Elkhorn, you'll hit this place called Delvane, Wisconsin. And in 2012, residents reported seeing a glowing-eyed humanoid in the woods behind the lake.
Subscribe now and turn on the notifications to join us on this extraordinary journey into the unknown.